Live from Bob Brennan Stadium here on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads playing host to the Cincinnati Steam. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. Sorry for the technical difficulties in the beginning. Slow getting it up, but we're here. First pitch was outside for a ball. 1-0 the count into the first batter, Jeffrey Pena. As this is the first game between the Copperheads and the Steam this season. 1-0 missed. Lone inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 is ripped out into left field for a base hit. Cincinnati Steam have the first hit and runner of the game. So just a good pitch swinging there for Jeffrey Pena off of Jake Hansen. Gets things going for the Steam here on the top of the first.
Yeah, Jake Hansen in his second start of the year for the Copperheads. Went 5 innings in his first one, giving up 1 run and 6 hits, striking out 3, but fell behind the first batter and then threw a pitch right down the middle 2-0, and he ripped in the left field.
Now stands in Grant Richardson as he bangs one right back to the pitcher. Throw to second for 1, over to first in time, double play. Hansen to Glasser, over to first to Iverson for a 1-6-3 double play. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Nice job there from Hansen, being ready for the ball, right back at him off the mound. Makes a nice, easy turn. Good throw to Glasser to short, steps on the bag and fires on the first for the double play to erase that leadoff base runner.
Now the first pitch into Alex Neff. Missed for a ball, 1-0. Second pitch misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 1-1 the count into Alex Neff. Neff batting with 2 outs here in the top of the first as that pitch finds a strike zone for a called strike. It's now 1-2 with 2 outs. Hansen from the stretch, he deals, swung on, bouncing ball over to first. Iverson has it on the hop, trots over to first himself for the 3rd out here on the top of the first inning. So a double play gets Jake Hansen out of trouble here in the first as there's no score as we're going to the bottom of the first inning here at Bob Brennan Stadium. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Ground ball up the middle.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 74.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into Bob Brennan Stadium. Southern Ohio Copperheads. Their first trip to the plate. It'll be Thomas Zazaro, Phil Glasser, and Sebastian Fabic, the 1-2-3 for the Copperheads. Zazaro got the day off on Sunday after pitching 8 2/3. Earned Pitch of the Week honors here in the GLSCL as the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. For Cesaro, 2 for 9 on the season, batting .222 as he watches the pitch go inside and hits the inside portion of the zone for a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Cesaro from Cottontown, Tennessee, watches the curveball go outside, 2-1. From Lee University. Hit over 350 in the GLSCL last year as he watches a fastball go down for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So 2-2 the count into Cesaro. The pitch swung on, ground ball through the hole on the left side. And that's Cesaro's first hit of the day. So Cesaro starts things off here with a base hit. And now Phil Glasser will come to the plate.
Yeah, nice job there from Cesaro doing his job as a leadoff batter, working the count a little bit. Sees a decent amount of pitches from La Clemento on the mound. And drives one in the left field. See if the Copperheads can move him around now.
Oh, Phil Glasser 4 for 15 on the season, batting .267. Scored 3 times, has 2 RBIs, walked 4 times, and also struck out 4 as the first pitch into the lefty. Glasser is taken for a ball outside, 1-0. Calimento on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam as he hits the outside part of the zone for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, La Calimento, a southpaw, pitched in 1 game so far this year. 4 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. Goes to Dayton, pitched 4 1/3 in the spring.
As check over to Cesaro at first, gets back in time standing. Ball and a strike still remains to Phil Glasser. It's an early day here at the park. 11:35 first pitch as a breaking ball misses low. The kids on campus, as over 100 kids are here at the ballpark supporting the Southern Ohio Copperheads and having a good time. Kids Center set out down the line in right and over near the Ohio softball fields. As a 2-1 is swung on, this one's poked out into center field, but ranging under it is Pena, the center fielder, to make the catch. That's a first out here in the bottom of the first. With that comes up Sebastian Fabic. Fabic was in contention for Player of the Week for his efforts as he went 11 for 22, batted .500 in the first week of GLSCL play.
Leads the league currently, .500.
6 runs scored, 3 RBIs. As the first pitch into Fabic is a swing and a miss from La Caliento for strike 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Steam and the Copperheads. As the 0-1 is delivered, low for a ball, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Kyle Acamiento, left-handed pitcher from Dayton, as a breaking ball hits the outside part of the zone. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. During his freshman campaign, only pitched 4 1/3, allowing a 12.46 ERA. As the 1-2, it's going to be thrown over to first for a pickoff on Cesaro. He ran all the way, and it will be tagged out. It'll be a caught stealing. A nice pickoff from Kyle Lacamiento. And now they're quickly 2 away.
Yep, always got to watch that move with the lefty as they bring their leg up. As long as they don't move towards the plate, they can just throw it back over to first. And Cesaro looked like he might have been moving on the first move there, but easy throw over to second, and they retire him.
Now the 1-2 is swung on a miss, strike 3, so the Copperheads go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first inning. It was a leadoff hit from Cesaro. He gets picked off at first. Phil Glasser flew out to center, and Fabic just struck out. As we head into the top of the second inning, no score between the Steam and Copperheads as you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment.
Hi, my name is Jake Hansen. I'm from Olney Central College. Go Knights, and this is your Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the second inning, no score. Cincinnati Steam coming to the plate. It'll be Eddie Persinger, Braden Runyon, and Eddie Rivero. Two of the 4, 5, and 6 batters for the Steam. First pitch into Persinger is low for a ball. 1-0. For Persinger on the season, has 7 hits and 17 at-bats, batting .412 so far in the early beginnings as the 1-0 is taken all the way for a called strike. 1-1. Last game for Persinger was on June 8th, where he picked up 2 hits and scored 2 runs as he swings and lines this one foul towards the left side and out of play. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steam 3-3 on the season, have won 3 out of their last 4. And as the 1-2 is swung on, a missed, strike 3. Big breaking ball from Jake Hansen. Gets Persinger swinging. That's a first strikeout for Hansen on the day and the first out here on the top of the second.
Big curveball is right. That thing took a big dip down. Started a little high, broke down into the zone. Persinger didn't look like he was ready for the breaking ball way out in front. Hansen gets his first strikeout of the day.
Now bring up Braden Runyon. Runyon watches the breaking ball bend over his head as he ducks down. Braden Runyon from Walter State Community College from Florence, Kentucky. As the 1-0 is swung on and fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runyon in 2 games this season is 2 for 6. Scored 1 run, has knocked in 3 RBIs, has walked twice and struck out once for a .333 batting average. As the ball bounces into Runyon. 2 balls and 1 strike. For Braden Runyon, during his freshman year, hit .348 at Walter State. As he watches the ball go inside, ball 3. So 3-1 the count with 1 out here on the top of the second inning with no score between the Steam or the Copperheads. The 3-1 delivered, swung on, and missed or foul tipped, went through the legs of the catcher, Scott Combs, as the count goes full.
Didn't sound like Runyon got a piece of that ball. I think Combs might have just mishandled it there behind the plate.
So the count is full. Jake Hansen into Braden Runyon. It's a swing and a miss. To complete the strikeout, it'll be a tag from Combs, and Runyon goes down swinging. Sound effects have been added to the public address system here. A nice little change. With Eddie Rivero standing in from the right side. Rivero, the shortstop today. As a bouncing ball is taken for a ball. Defensive alignment for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Cody Cross out in left field. Lucas Nasanti in center. Reese Trahey out in right. Ben Rushing's at third. Phil Glasser at second. Thomas Cesaro is the second baseman as the 1-0 is being delivered low and away for ball 2 into Eddie Rivero. And Zach Iverson standing at first. The battery, Jake Hansen on the mound, and Scott Holmes behind the plate with Sebastian Fabic being the designated hitter. The 2-0 taken just a bit low. It was an off-speed pitch, so 3 balls and no strikes now with 2 away here in the top of the second inning. For Eddie Rivero, has 6 hits and 21 at-bats, good for a .286 batting average as the 3-0 is taken low. That'll be the 5th walk on the season for Eddie Rivero, and the first walk allowed by Jake Hansen today. So Griffin Merritt will now bat with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning and a runner at first. For Griffin Merritt has 5 hits and 15 at-bats, batting .333. Not a big lead over at first for Eddie Rivero. Jake Hansen looked over. Now he'll pitch and deal into Griffin Merritt for a ball. 1-0. Cincinnati Steam dropped their last game to the Licking County Settlers by a score of 3-5. Settlers winning 5-3. The last pitch missed for a ball into Merritt. But in that game, Griffin Merritt went 2 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. Now he stands in with a 2-0 count, watches the ball go down and low for ball 3.
Yeah, Hansen having a tough time finding the zone. These last few batters, now 7 straight balls. Threatening to have back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Can't find the zone on this pitch.
8th pitch, and it'll be for a strike. So he breaks up the 7-ball pitch streak, and now that count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 is taken just low, ball 4. So even though he's able to throw a strike in there, mix it up, he issues a walk to Griffin Merritt, and now Ben McCabe will stand in. Interesting sounds coming off throughout the new system.
Well, it's a learning curve right now of trying to figure out all the sounds that we have available at our disposal.
I just never heard that sound before.
You know, the media staff is a little, they like to have a good time, let's say.
So no score between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the second inning. As the pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Just 1 hit for both teams so far. As the 0-1 count into Ben McCabe. Long hold on the mound, and now Hansen deals ground ball through the hole on the left side, past the diving Glasser. It gets out into left field. The stop sign is held up by the third base coach for the Steam. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs here on the top of the second inning. So quickly, what looked to be a easy 1-2-3 inning after striking out Eddie Persinger and Braden Runyon. A walk, and a single puts the bases loaded for Jake Hansen here on the top of the second inning. So the first pitch into Brent Besinger is swung on and lifted foul over towards the left side. Fans duck their head as that one was close in here. Might have hit a rail or something over here in the pavilion. So Brent Besinger swings and fouls one off towards the right side. That goes out of play, and now Jake Hansen is ahead on the count, 0-2. Bessinger on the season, 4 for 18, has scored 4 runs, has walked 7 times and struck out 5. Batting with a .222 batting average from Covington, Kentucky. As now Jake Hansen from the windup. He deals swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but the last strikeout was surrounded by 2 walks and a single as the bases were loaded here in the top of the second. No damage done by the Steam as the Southern Ohio Copperheads will come to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your...
My name is Jake Hansen. I'm from Olney Central College. Go Knights, and this is your Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the second inning here at Bob Bren Stadium. No score between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads as Kyle Lacamento was able to pick off Thomas Azaro back in the bottom of the first to have a quote-unquote 1-2-3 inning, even though he did give up the single. There'll be Ben Rushing, Zach Iverson, and Reese Trahey all due up for the Copperheads. For Ben Rushing, he's 4 for 19 this year with a .211 batting average out of Western Florida and University of Central Florida. He'll face Kyle Lacamento. First pitch from Lacamento is taken high and away for a ball, 1-0. Defensive alignment for the Steam here in the bottom of the second inning. Richardson's out in left, Pena in center, Neff is out in right as the 1-0 is missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Runyon's at third, Rivera at short, Bessinger at second, Persinger at first. Lacamento on the mound, and behind the plate is McCobb. As this one from Ben Rushing is swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here! The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing and gives them a 1-0 lead. Copperheads on top.
When you put yourself up in the count 2-0, you got a chance to make things happen. Gets a fastball right down the heart of the plate, drives it over the right fielder's head and over that Ohio Health wall out there, and the Copperheads have their first home run on the season.
Well, a treat for all the kids on campus here as they get to witness the first home run off of a Copperhead bat for the first time in the 2019 season. And now the Copperheads lead 1-0 with Zach Iverson standing in from the left side. Iverson takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. For Zach Iverson, 4 for 10 on the season. Batting .400. Easy math there as he takes a breaking ball in for a called strike. 0-2. .571 on base percentage for Iverson out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Attends Michigan State. As the 0-2 is swung on, foul tipped into the mitts of McCobb. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second inning.
It's a good recovery there by Lacamento. After giving up the homer, comes right back. Does not dance around Zach Iverson, strikes him out on 3 pitches. Gets his first out of the bottom of the second.
And with that brings up Reese Trahey. Trahey, 2 for 8 on the season, batting .250. Grounded into the double play to end the Richmond Jazz series. as the first pitch is delivered outside from Lacamiento. 1-0. Reese Trahey from West Bloomfield, Michigan, and also attends Michigan State, as the 0-1, or the 1-0 misses inside. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Trahey was a Division I first-team All-State, as this one is swung on and fouled off towards the left side and out of play. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So Ben Rushing with a solo home run here in the bottom of the second inning, as the breaking ball just misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike into Reese Trahey. Zach Iverson struck out swinging, and now Reese Trahey at the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. First walk allowed by Kyle Lacamiento. They thought about a sound effect and then retracted it. Lucas Nasanti batting from the right side. Nasanti batting .250 is 3 for 12 on the young season. On base .400. As now Lacamiento's pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. For Nasanti from Warren, Ohio in Youngtown State, where he batted .245 this past year. As the 1-0 is a breaking ball that does not break back. It was outside for ball 2. Nasanti was a Horizon League All-Freshman team member, as he has 2 runs in the GLSCL season, 3 RBIs. As Lacamiento's pitch is taken in for a called strike. The throw down to first from the catcher, McCobb, is not in time. Going back sliding is Reese Trahey. And now the count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. 1 run already in off the home run. And Trahey will take a couple steps back to first base on the check over from Lacamiento. On the run is Trahey. The throw down to second from McCabe. Not in time. Stolen base for Reese Trahey. And now the count goes to 3-1.
We've seen early on in the season, Copperheads, when they get a runner on first, do not shy away from stealing a bag. It was a good read by Trahey on the lefty. As he caught him leaning forward, he got a good jump and steals the bag.
Trahey's first stolen base of the season. As now time is called at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second inning, 1 run on 2 hits for the Copperheads. No runs on 2 hits for the Steam, as the 3-1 is taken inside, ball 4. That would be the second walk allowed from Kyle Lacamiento. And now Scott Combs returning to the plate. Combs did not play in the last game on Sunday against the Richmond Jazz after catching Thomas Zazzaro, who went 8 2/3 on his way to Pitcher of the Week honors in the GLSCL. First pitch into Combs is swung on and missed for strike number 1. And for Scott Combs, batting .200, 2 for 10 from Northville, Michigan, attends Michigan State. 6'4" righty. Has 1 RBI in the season. Struck out twice in search for his first walk, as a breaking ball misses outside, trickles past McCabe, and runners will advance 90 feet. So now there are runners on second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, with the Copperheads leading 1-0.
Yeah, I think that one should be a pass ball, kind of just mishandled by the catcher McCabe, as pitch wasn't too far outside off the plate. It got off the tip of his glove and gets away from him.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Copperheads. Scott Combs will look to get RBIs number 2 and 3 on his season. The 1-1 from Larcamiento is missed for strike number 2. A swing and a miss from Combs. Infield has been brought in here in the bottom of the second inning. At least the right side has been. Shortstop and third base are back on the dirt turf instead of the grass turf. 1-2 the count. Larcamiento's pitch is swung on. This one line drive out into right field. Should be a sacrifice fly. Tagging at third and heading for home is Reese Trahey, and he will score without a throw. The throw goes to third base, but with a sacrifice fly, as Scott Combs extends the lead for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. It is now Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam nothing.
It's a nice job there from Scott Combs. Not trying to do too much with the at-bat. He knows he has a runner in scoring position with less than 1 out, so he just gets the ball, lifts it into right field deep enough to score the runner. The Copperheads have a pair now in the second inning.
Carter Cross standing in. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it to the opposite side and out of play. Cross went 0 for 4 in his first game after he arrived. Nebraska went a little bit further than most teams in the college playoffs, as the 0-1 misses outside for ball 1. Larcamiento, after going a 1-2-3 in the first, has allowed 2 walks here in this inning and a home run as the pitch misses for a ball. 2-1. Ben Rushing led things off with a home run. Zach Iverson struck out. Reese Trahey walked, stole a bag, and came home on a sacrifice fly from Scott Combs, standing on third and fouling the ball off is Carter Cross, but standing on third is Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti walked, was the second walk of the inning from Larcamiento. And now the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Larcamiento's pitch is swung on. This one is fouled off towards the right side and also goes out of play. Carter Cross from Fairview, Pennsylvania, and the University of Nebraska. An academic All-Big Ten back in 2018. Has another foul ball. It is now the count remaining at 2 balls and 2 strikes with Thomas Zazzaro in the on-deck circle. The 2-2. Taken in for a called strike. Strike 3 called on Carter Cross, but not before the Copperheads plate 2 in the bottom of the second inning. It's the Copperheads 2, the Cincinnati Steam nothing, when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is so much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder.
My name is Chris Gamber from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Lovey Jeffrey Pena, Grant Richardson, and Alex Neff. Here in the top of the third inning, Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam nothing. As now working with the lead is Jake Hansen. Fastball misses inside for ball 1. for Jake Hansen out of Owensboro, Kentucky, in Albany Central. 6'3", 200 pounds. As he breaks the ball right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hansen does not have a decision on the season yet, with a 1.4 ERA in 5 innings pitched, as he's swinging a foul back out of play. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Hansen, batters were batting against him at .316 in his first starts. Got 3 strikeouts, but walked 4 as this one swung on and bounced towards the Copperheads dugout. A whiff by what I believe is Mandela. And it is. Down on the stairs of the Copperheads dugout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Jake Hansen looking to get his 4th strikeout, but instead it'll be a grounder over towards 3rd. Rushing has it, throws on the run, and makes the play for the first out here in the top of the 3rd inning. So another nice play from Ben Rushing. Gets the first out. And now Grant Richardson at the plate.
Boy, that was smooth, wasn't it? He comes in all in one motion, gets the ball in the hop quickly into the throwing hand and on to first. Strong throw over to Zach Iverson right in the chest to retire the leadoff man.
Everything was right on the run from Rushing. And now Grant Richardson, who grounded into a double play right back to Hansen in the first, will take a first pitch called strike. 0-1. Copperheads going with the orange jerseys today with the white pants. As the 0-1 is taken high and away. 1-1. Outfield straight away, infield is back. It's only really Rushing who's playing near even with the bag as they swing and a ground ball over towards the right side and gets all the way down into the outfield. So the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here on the top of the 3rd. Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam 0. As the 1-2 misses outside. Curveball that had a little life to it. Just a bit outside.
Didn't come all the way back across the plate, stayed out a little bit. Good patience there from Richardson.
As the 2-2 is taken low, brings the count full. Richardson from Indiana batted .264. Had 8 doubles, a triple, and 9 home runs back in the spring as the payoff pitch from Hansen swung on, and this one is lifted high. Second baseman Zazzaro is ranging under it. Will make the 2-hand grab for the 2nd out. So the 2nd out is recorded here on the top of the 3rd inning. Jake Hansen on his way to a 1-2-3 inning, but he was back in the top of the 2nd inning as well. Struck out Eddie Persinger and Braden Runyon. Walked the next 2, gave up a single, but did not give up a run. As fastball hits the inside corner to Alex Neff. Neff grounded out to 3rd in his last trip to the plate. As a 1-0 from Hansen is taken low for ball 1. Neff from Wright State did not play last year. It was a redshirt season. Batting .467 on this season. However, as the 1-1 misses inside, ball 2. Neff 7 for 15. 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 4 walks. And struck out 3 times as he bounces this one towards the hole on the right side. Making the backhand play is the first baseman Iverson, but Hansen unable to make the catch on the run. We'll see how that will be scored. It'd have to either be an error on the throw or an error on the catch, or possibly just a infield single because it was not guaranteed that Hansen was going to beat Neff to the bag.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play for sure. Iverson had to come way off the bag to field the ball cleanly, and then Alex Neff was digging it up the line. Would have been a bang-bang play if Hansen made the catch, but it looks like someone's getting slapped with an error on that play.
The scoreboard does have an error up there. And now there are 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning with a runner on first for the Cincinnati Steam. As this one bounces in the turf to Scott Combs, it bounces all the way and halfway to third, but closer towards the dugout for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Advancing to second is Alex Neff, and now there's another runner in scoring position in back-to-back innings off of Jake Hansen. There's almost another ground out to third for Neff, but thanks to an error either on Hansen or on Iverson, depending on which the official scorer will put the error on. Puts a runner on base as the 1-0 is bounced again in the turf. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jake Hansen deals into Eddie Persinger as it goes for a ball. 3 straight balls into Eddie Persinger, who struck out swinging his last time up. As Jake Hansen will have to battle his way back in this at-bat. The 3-0 is taken in for a called strike. Now it's 3-1. Hansen trying to battle his way for strike number 4, but instead it'll be a walk. The 3rd walk issued today. First one to Eddie Persinger, as now there are runners on first and second base with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning, with the Southern Ohio Copperheads leading the Cincinnati Steam 2-0.
Yeah, Hansen is really struggling to work his way out of innings. Past 2 innings now, he's gotten the first 2 guys out. Last inning, he loaded the bases. After that, in this inning, he allows 2 more guys to get on, really driving up the pitch count early on, as he'll try to find the zone once again here.
Well, Persinger and Runyon, who's at the plate now, struck out to begin things in the top of the 2nd inning, as now time is called at the plate. And then Rivero and Merritt walked, with McCabe singling to load the bases in the 2nd. There are only runners on first and second base here in the top of the 3rd. Neff reaching with an error, and Persinger walked. And now the ball trickles away from the catcher, Scott Combs, and both runners will advance 1 base each. Combs will call time, take a walk out to the mound, and try to relax Jake Hansen, with now runners in scoring position. So Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam nothing. First home run of the season for Ben Rushing. Put the Copperheads up 1-0. Then it was sacrifice fly off the bat of Scott Combs. Extended the lead to 2-0. But a single here could erase their lead, as Braden Runyon is at the plate with a 1 ball, no strike count. The pitch from Hansen, ground ball over towards short. Glasser has it on the run. The throw to first in time, and the side is retired. It's another tricky inning for Jake Hansen, but he's able to get out of it unscathed, as it's the Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam nothing. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385, or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the third inning, Copperheads looking to extend their lead. They'll send to the plate Thomas Cesaro, Phil Glasser, and Sebastian Fabic. They'll be the top of the order for the Copperheads. As Cesaro led off the bottom of the first with a single. However, he was picked off by Kyle Lacamiento. Lacamiento, first pitch into Cesaro is a breaking ball that misses low for ball one. So Lacamiento threw over to first to then toss it over to short as a fastball hits the inside corner, 1-1. And then the shortstop Rivera tagged out Cesaro for the second out in the bottom of the first as Cesaro swings and kind of looks at his bat. He thought there might be a hole there, as now the count goes to 1-2.
There's no hole. He was definitely out in front of that breaking ball, not sitting on that pitch, 1-1.
But he did look baffled by it as a 1-2 is taken low and bounces away a little bit from the catcher McCabe. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Copperheads 2, Cincinnati Steam nothing. As the 2-2 is delivered, swung on a miss and tagged, but he doesn't have the ball. Cesaro still running down to first. He can't get there in time as the putout is recorded from the catcher McCabe. It'll be the strikeout number 4 for Kyle Lacamiento, and now Phil Glasser comes to the plate. Phil Glasser flew out to center field his last time up. As the first pitch, lefty on lefty, is taken outside. A fastball misses for ball 1. Cincinnati Steam going with blue jerseys, light blue sleeves, as Glasser lines one the opposite way out into left center field. Diving and making the catch was Richardson out in left. Nice play robbing Phil Glasser of an extra base hit, and it's an impressive second out in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, what range there from Richardson. Read it right off the bat. Knew he had a shot to make a play on it. Full extension out there in left center field. And he gets the web gem for the second out of the inning.
Well, now you have the StatCast data in the major leagues, and they rank a catch by stars.
Right.
I'd have to imagine that's in the range of 4 to 5, as a first pitch curveball is missed outside to Sebastian Fabic.
Well, you know, you watch a game on MLB Network now, and they have like the route efficiency of the outfielder. However, they track that one.
Fabic with a big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
But I imagine that'd be up there in the 95 to 100% in the efficiency of his route to catch that ball.
But how about first step? A ground ball towards the hole and gets through on the left side. Sebastian Fabic picks up his first hit of the day. It's amazing how many things they track.
Right.
First jump, route efficiency,
top speed during while going to catch the ball. Nice job there from Fabic, extending his hit streak out to 7 with a base hit with 2 away. See if the man who hit the first homer of the year can move him around now with 2 outs.
Well, Fabic, in the 7th game of the season, he hits his 7th hit. So he's 7 for 7 if you count by hit by game, as Fabic on the move on first pitch for a first movement, steals a bag. And now there's a runner in scoring position for Ben Rushing, who hit a home run his last time up. The pitch was for a called strike. So 0-1 into Ben Rushing. Kyle Lacamiento, a long look on the mound, then checks back to Fabic at second. Back to the plate and deals. Rushing swings and fouls it straight back. 0-2. Ben Rushing going the opposite way over the Ohio Health sign in right field. Around 340. as Lacamiento deciding what he wants to do. Ahead in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. It's delivered, swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Copperheads go down here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 1 left on base. It's the Copperheads 2, the Cincinnati Steam nothing, as we'll throw it to Joey Medora for the middle innings here at Copperheads Stadium. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Back here at Bob Wren Stadium for the top of the 4th inning. Copperheads currently leading the Cincinnati Steam 2-0. As we're back here at the broadcast, welcoming a special guest, former Southern Ohio Copperheads broadcaster Lucas Moore, current Power 105 employee radio host.
Yeah, what's up? I'm excited to be back. I sat down in that chair you started, and I got little chills up and down my spine. You know, it's been a long time since I've sat here with the Copperheads on the field.
As the first pitch from Jake Hansen taken low for a ball, 1-0 into Eddie Rivero. Lucas, one of the many different broadcasters over the years for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. As the 1-0 pitch is the ground ball to Phil Glasser. He grounds it, fields it on the ground, fires it over to first, strong throw to Zach Iverson. And it's a quick first out in the top of the 4th inning to bring up Griffin Merritt. Now, Lucas, obviously starting your new job at Power 105 just a few weeks ago, and I know you've been telling me a bunch about it. You're really enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's just fun being on the radio. Like, the fact that I've continuously convinced people to let me talk for a living is just hilarious to me.
It's crazy to think about, isn't it?
I convinced Annie 2 summers ago to let me do this, and then I convinced another summer team to let me do this. And, you know, if I just keep convincing people to let me do this, I think I'll live a pretty good life, you know.
First pitch in the Merritt, a breaking ball from Hansen for a called strike, 0-1. With 1 down in the top of the 4th inning, Copperheads leading it 2-0. As next pitch, a breaking ball flied out into center field. Ranging over is Lucas Nasanti into the right center field gap. He will make the catch with a slight jog, and there's 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th inning. As I'm joined here by Lucas Moore.
I'll comment on the game. I really like what Hansen's been delivering on the mound. It's been interesting. I doubted him a little bit because he's got a fastball, then he's got a curveball that kind of drops off the table, and it's a predictable pitch pattern. And with predictable pitch patterns, you either need 1, a really dynamic pitch, or 2, good location. He hasn't been able to locate, so I thought that maybe that curveball was going to be good enough to get him through this game, and it's ended up being good enough. He's gotten a lot of outs on it, and it's that sharp downward break. So maybe that pitch is dynamic enough to have some real success. And I know the Copperheads are looking for some starters to eat up some innings. Lost a lot of pitchers heading into the year.
Yep, Hansen in his 2nd start on the season as he throws a breaking ball on the 1-0 pitch into McCabe. It is cut on and missed for a strike, 1-1. But yeah, I've been really impressed with the starters so far. Besides that one game with the Richmond Jazz game, one where they gave up 12 runs, they've been real solid being able to hold teams down as the 1-1 pitch is fouled over the first base dugout, 1-2, but the starters have been able to take them deep into games, and with the thin bullpen they have right now, it's been really huge for them early on in the season.
Yeah, and Hansen's just it's kind of, hey, this is what I'm good at. I'm going to keep doing it a lot. And pitchers like that, if you're good at it, like that curveball right there.
Woo. 1-2 pitch from Hansen. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Freezes McCabe for the third out of the inning. It is a fairly quick inning for Hansen there as he makes quick work of the Cincinnati Steam. 3 up, 3 down now in the top of the fourth inning. Lucas Moore joining me as he will stay on for the bottom of the fourth inning as the Copperheads lead the Steam 2-0. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning at Bob Wren Stadium for the first game of this series between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and Cincinnati Steam. Copperheads leading 2-0 over the Steam right now. Lucas Moore still joining in the broadcast here.
Still. Just absolutely grateful that I got another half inning.
As the first pitch in to Hansen from the lefty, Lacamento is taken up and inside on the breaking ball for a ball 1-0. Iverson struck out back in the bottom of the second inning in his first at-bat. The 1-0 pitch taken up high for a ball 2-0.
Well, you know the weird thing is I walked in and I saw everybody in the orange shirts, and I started like, wow, all these people look familiar, even though I've never worked with them before. It's just like, I think everybody looks the same in those shirts.
2-0 pitch to Iverson, cut on and missed, 2-1. But yeah, it's hard to hide wearing these orange polo shirts for the Copper, that's for sure.
But these are way nicer than the ones I had. I should show you the ones I had to wear, man.
2-1 to Iverson, taken up high for a ball, 3-1. As the Copperheads scored 2 back in the bottom of the second inning on a Ben rushing homer, followed up by a sac fly. Scott Combs later in the inning. And that's where we stand right now. 3-1 pitch, and Iverson hits a line drive out into center field. Coming in, the center fielder, Pena. He will make the catch on the run and record the first out in the bottom of the fourth inning as Reese Trahey steps into the dish. Now, tell me about some of your favorite memories, you know, being a part of the Copperhead staff, calling the games, traveling with the team. I mean, you really do it all.
Yeah.
Calling a summer in Athens.
Oh, without a doubt. And you get a lot of great relationships with the team. I'd say that's probably my best memories is some of the relationships you build, whether it would be with broadcasters around the league or players on the team. You know, I thought I built a lot of strong relationships.
First pitch into Trey is a breaking ball that bends over the heart of the plate, 0-1.
But I think my favorite memory was against this Cincinnati Steam team here at Bob Wren Stadium. I forget the exact scoreline, but the Copperheads were down 2 or 3 runs late in that game, and they ended up walking off.
As that breaking ball does not bend back over the plate, it actually runs in and hits Reese Trahey. So he will take the trot down to first. Appears to be okay, and there'll be a 1-out base runner for the Copperheads.
They actually had 2 walk-offs at home against the Steam. Yeah, so the games against the Steam are probably the best on-field game memories. I think off-field storylines, my uncle actually passed away that summer. And his name is Joey Moore, which 4 letters in Joey, 5 letters in Moore. And I dedicated an inning to him in Hamilton. And the Copperheads got 4 runs and 5 hits in that inning and won the game 5-4. So it was, you know, things like that. I'll remember things like that from that summer for a long, long time.
As the first pitch into Lucas Nasanti, the center fielder, was taken for a strike, 0-1. Nasanti walked his first time up as a pickoff attempt from the lefty Lacamento. It's Reese Trahey easily back in the first base standing, as it's an 0-1 count here. Now, Lucas, you've been to a few of the games so far this year. Let me know, talk about what you think of this year's ball club, what you're excited about. As that ball is lined up the middle, it will get through for a base hit by Lucas Nasanti, and there'll be 2 base runners on with 1 away as the Copperheads threatening to extend their lead now in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, I think they've got a lot of talent in the lineup, and I think that it's just my early opinion is it's not going to be last year's team, and I think that fans should understand that, and everybody should have the expectation that they're not going to set records the way they did last year. I just don't think they have the personnel for it. You went through a manager change 2-3 weeks before the season. But what I like about them is if they can go ahead and get a win today, you're 3-4. You just want to hang around in this first half of the season and really position yourself for a playoff run.
Yeah, it's first pitch into the catcher, Scott Combs, a breaking ball that stays outside for a ball, 1-0.
Especially when you have the manager change and, you know, Dunphy's trying to settle in. And when you're trying to settle in as a manager, there's a lot of things that can go right and a lot of things that can go wrong, especially early in the season.
As a lefty Lacamento, double steal is on. Both runners going, throw down to third, is not handled by the third baseman Rivero. Reese Trahey is safe. Moving up to second is Nasanti. And there's 2 runners in scoring position now with 1 away.
It's a real timing thing with this pitcher. The Copperheads have been getting great jumps all day. And is that because, they're seeing his first move or they're seeing his foot pick up? No. It's because they're just timing him out. 1 second, 2 second. Okay, he gets into a rhythm. And they've timed him out a few times, and they've stolen a lot of bags.
Infield moves in now with the runners in scoring position. 1-1 count. Ball taken low by Scott Combs, 2-1. But, yeah, that's Austin Dunphy. You talk to him right now, and he's just ecstatic. He tells us, I mean, he's from 15 minutes down the road in Pomeroy. He talks about how ecstatic he is to be coaching the team. He was an assistant for 5 years. He played for the team back in 2012. That's a 2-1 pitch from Lacamento is skied out in to shallow right field. Coming in the right fielder. He cannot handle the catch. Waiting up was Reese Trahey. Now he will come in to score. Moving up to third is Lucas Nasanti, as that should go down as a base hit for Scott Combs, as the outfielder did not make the glove on the diving attempt, but maybe lost it in the sun or something. But the Copperheads will take it, and they'll extend their lead to 3 now.
Now, sun's behind the field, so that's definitely possible. He came in at a weird angle, definitely got a bad jump on that baseball. That's just fortunate for the Copperheads, and you'll take that against a rival, against a game where you're trying to get your footing, trying to get some momentum for the season. Because what this team, I think what the Copperheads need to do, Joey, is start splitting the game into little sections, right? You just say, okay, what do we want? Where do we want to be record-wise at the 10-game mark? Okay, you know, let's try to be 6-4, right? You're 2-4 right now, so that may not be realistic. So let's try to be 5-5, right? You just set little tiny goals throughout the season. And that's how you make the playoffs in 42-game seasons. You got to set tiny little goals.
Absolutely. First pitch in to the 9-hitter Carter Cross. He fouls it away down the first base line, 0-1.
And it just won't be the same deal as it was last year, which is how many wins can we have in a row?
Right.
That was basically the question for the Copperheads last season. And in this type of season, you want to win series. And you just got to do the things that normal playoff teams do. And then once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen, and you can maybe win back-to-back titles.
0-1 pitch into Carter Cross. He lines it towards right field. It is drifting. It will drop down in front of the right fielder. Coming in to score is Nasanti. Throw not in time. Moving up to second is Scott Combs. And Carter Cross has his first hit in the Copperheads uniform. It's an RBI base hit into right field. And now it's 4-0 Copperheads here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, 2 mistakes by the right fielder, both unfortunate. Just bad jumps both times.
Seeming to have a struggle reading the ball out there in right field, as Carter Cross, not the hardest hit ball, but he's able to dump it out just in front of the right fielder, and the run comes in to score.
Well, a lead like this is so important, especially with a pitcher like Hansen on a mound, a guy who relies on 2 pitches. He can relax a little bit more, right? Okay, maybe I can leave my fastball over. Maybe they can hit a few more balls hard, and we try to get outs, and he can try to use less pitches to get those outs. And that's so important in summer baseball, too. How many innings are we eating? How many pitches are we using for our pitchers? How do we position ourselves not just to win this game today, but the game tomorrow, and the game after that, and the game after that? And you'll learn as a broadcaster that they stack on each other really, really quickly, these games. It gets to be a long season when you're out here almost every day in the heat, different situations, occasionally a blowout. But you'll have fun, man. You'll have a lot of fun.
It's already been a blast so far through the first 6+ games. But as you mentioned, these guys all come together from all different schools. You can't expect them to come in and gel together right away because, baseball, it takes time to play with the guys.
But you'd be
and get used.
surprised at how quickly chemistry can develop.
Oh, for sure.
In summer baseball, because these guys, they're locked in that college. It's such a strenuous schedule with their college baseball teams, and they love summer baseball, a lot of them. And a lot of them, they're here to play. They're here to get better. They're here to get eyes on them from Major League Baseball. But they're also here to have a lot of fun, right, to kick back for a summer. And that really sets up good bonding opportunities for these types of ball clubs. But the closer your team gets, and there's two different types of close summer teams. I've seen them all. You have the close summer team who they get close and they all talk about what they're going to do tonight, right? And then you got the close summer teams who are going to talk about how they're going to get better at baseball, right? So which group do you have that gets close? If you have the group, which the Copperheads last year, is they all got together and they talked about, hey, we're going to have a lot of fun this summer, guys, but, man, we really want to win too. And if the Copperheads can find that chemistry again, which they've found a lot of times because, one, you get a lot more fans here in Southern Ohio. Makes it a lot easier to go out and play when you've got 2,000 people in the stands. And two, Athens is a great town to bond in, and guys like to win. So I think it usually happens in Southern Ohio more than other teams in the Great Lakes League. And there's some teams like the Steam, the Lima Locos, they have a built-in culture where those guys are coming in and they're expecting to win and they're getting higher levels of talent.
Right.
But the Copperheads have always seemed to have good team chemistry, and that's so important in summer baseball, especially geared towards winning.
2-1 pitch, and the leadoff hitter says 0. He takes it upstairs for a ball, 3-1. Copperheads up 4-0 on the Cincinnati Steam in the bottom of the 4th inning. Standing on second base is Scott Combs, on first Carter Cross, as they both had RBI singles into right field to drive in 2 runs this inning. As a 3-1 pitch into Cesaro, he swings on it and gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the catcher, and now run the count full. Only one away here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, where you want to be in the lineup, too, with only one out.
As Cesaro is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled back in the 1st inning, struck out in his last at-bat. As Lacamento looking back at the runner at second, he will step off to draw him back. Now toe the rubber, comes set at the belt. Here comes a payoff pitch into Cesaro. He ropes it towards the third baseman. He will make a diving stop, fire on the second, and will get Scott Combs at second base, who is leaning off the bag on the line drive. So a very fortunate double play there for the Steam to get them out of the jam. As Lucas, I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. I'm sure we'll be seeing you at the ballpark many times this summer.
Yeah, and check out the Sports Fan 97 WATH. You can stream it if there's any parents listening. We're going to talk Copperheads more days than not, I'd say, on that program. So if you want to tune into that, I'll be on that almost every single day. Thanks, Joey. Appreciate it.
Yep, Lucas, always a pleasure talking to you.
You guys are two very talented broadcasters. I'm excited to see how much better you guys get.
Appreciate it. Heading into the top of the 5th inning, Copperheads lead the Steam 4-0. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Ben Rushing opened up the scoring for the Copperheads back in the 2nd inning as he hit a home run to opposite field out to right field, 350 feet to put the Coppers on the board as they now lead it 4-0 in the top of the 5th inning over the Cincinnati Steam. As the 9, 1, and 2 hitters are due up for the steam in this inning as Connor Mills rejoins me in the broadcast booth after Lucas Moore stepped in for an inning.
He sounded good, didn't he? Always good to hear from him.
As Jake Hanson still on the mound for the Copperheads. First pitch in to Bessinger is a called strike, 0-1 on the inside corner. Bessinger struck out his last time up in the second inning. This team unable to crack the scoreboard so far against Hanson. He throws a breaking ball in to Bessinger. He swings on it and misses and quickly has him down in the count, 0-2. Now Hanson gets the sign, comes set, pitching out of the stretch. He'll kick and deal the 0-2. Breaking ball, just got a piece of it, did Bessinger. And he will stay alive in the at-bat, 0-2.
Yeah, just staying alive and just getting a piece of it. Doing anything he can to stay in there.
As he comes set, ready to deal the 0-2 pitch. Will be lined into center field. Coming in is Nasanti on the run. He will not be able to make the catch. It drops right in front of him. He knocks it down and throws it into Phil Glasser. Much to the disappointment of the fans here at Bob Wrenn Stadium, hoping to get a free hot dog for the strikeout, but it's a base hit for Bessinger, and the leadoff man is on.
Well, I can understand their disappointment. You know, I would want a free hot dog. If that's going to be the designated guy to strike out, I'm going to boo him every time.
Exactly. As the 0-2 pitch, he just gets enough of it to muscle it into center field as Nasanti thought about diving for it, but pulled up at the last second to let it drop. And now Jeffrey Pena, the leadoff man, will be up as he grounds one towards second. Ben Rushing comes on, fires on the second to get the lead off, or the lead runner out, excuse me. No chance to turn two there on the slow grounder, but it's the first out recorded in the inning for the Copperheads, one away.
Just a smart play from Rushing. Knew he had time to get the lead runner, and he does so.
So with that, Grant Richardson, the left fielder, will come in. We saw him make a spectacular catch a couple innings ago, robbing Phil Glasser of a potential extra base hit. Richardson 0 for 2 on the day, grounded into a double play back in the first inning and popped up to second base. The first pitch into him is swung on and fouled down the third base line, way out of play, as it will kick off the wall in foul ground. And Richardson will be down in the count, 0-1. Hanson so far has shut out the steam through the first 4 1/3 innings, only allowing 3 hits. As he comes set, here comes the 0-1 delivery. Pena goes, ball in. Scott comes, fires a rocket down the second base, not in time. As it was a strong throw, but a good jump by Pena, and he will steal second, so now he'll be in scoring position with just 1 away.
Well, that was just a strong throw on a ball that was down in the dirt from Scott Combs. Combs just got up and fired it down. Just wasn't in time.
We've seen throughout the early season, Scott Combs has one of the stronger arms behind the plate for the Copperheads. As the 1-1 pitch in from Hanson is a breaking ball. They'll be grounded towards the first baseman, Iverson. He fields it on the hop, steps on the bag himself. Moving up to third is Pena, but now there's 2 down in the top of the 5th inning. So it's a slow roller to Iverson for the second out, and now Alex Neff, the 3-hitter, will step in. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to third, or excuse me, grounded out to first his first time up, then reached on an error and was left stranded at third base back in the 3rd inning. So he'll look for his first knock on the day. As first pitch into him is taken low for a ball, 1-0.
And the one thing that I wonder right here is, will Coach Austin Dunphy shift over his infield after seeing the first 2 at-bats from Neff went to the right side?
Infield playing straight up.
Maybe not here with the runner on third, but in the future, in the next 2 at-bats for Neff, will there be an infield shift?
Pitch taken low there on the 1-0 count, 2-0 now. Alex Neff out of Wright State, red-shirted this past season. So far, 7 for 17 on the season. 2-0 pitch bends in there. The breaking ball from Hanson is a strike, 2-1. As we've seen throughout his first 2 starts, Hanson not afraid to throw the breaking ball in any count. As here comes a 2-1 pitch, fastball grounded down to third right on cue. Now 3 in a row by Neff. Hit to Iverson. He'll again take it to the bag himself. And it's another shutout inning for Jake Hansen. He is through 5. The Copperheads leading the Steam 4-0 in the first game of this 3-game set. You are listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Thomas Cesaro playing second base for the Copperheads today after having the game off Sunday, in which the night before, that's Saturday night, he had a dazzling performance on the mound, going 8 2/3, only allowing 1 run that was given up in the 9th. He was just 1 out away from a complete game shutout, but an infield single plated the only run of the game for the Richmond Jazz in the Copperheads' 9-1 victory. Copperheads lead this one over the Cincinnati Steam 4-0. As we head into the bottom of the 5th inning, Phil Glasser, Sebastian Fabic, and Ben Rushing all due up this inning. Glasser's 0 for 2. He flied out to center field in his first at-bat. And then in at-bat number 2, he lined one into the left center field gap. As the first pitch into him was a strike, but it was a diving catch by Grant Richardson that retired Phil Glasser, as now he pops one into foul ground. Rivero will range over to make the catch. And there will be 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning.
You know, Glasser just trying to do something with the pitch, put the bat in the ball, and was unable to keep it within the fair lines.
So now Sebastian Fabic digs in 1 for 2, extended his hit streak to 7 in his last at-bat with a base hit in the left field. As the first pitch into him is taken for a ball. New arm out on the mound for the Steam this inning, as Lacamento's day ends after 4 innings. As 1-0 pitch taken low for a ball, 2-0. Fabic, 2-0 pitch, fouled back into the screen, 2-1. As the next pitch into him is taken for a strike, 2-2. As Sebastian Fabic's been absolutely on fire to start the season for the Copperheads, hitting at .500, leading the GL, SCL in batting average so far. As 2-2 pitch into him is taken outside for a ball, 3-2. As the count will run full.
I believe this could be Cade Spikes out on the mound.
It would appear so. Number 28, Cade Spikes, is the full count pitch is popped up by Fabic into foul territory. Ranging over is the first baseman, Eddie Persinger. He will make the catch in foul ground, and the first 2 hitters faced in this inning pop up, and outs are recorded, and now there's 2 outs for Ben Rushing. But Cade Spikes on the hill for the Steam in the 5th inning. Freshman out of North Greenville, did not play this past season. Has pitched in 1 game so far this season. 1 inning pitch, 3 runs given up, and a strikeout. As the first pitch into Ben Rushing was taken for a ball. The second pitch in from Spikes is taken up high. And Rushing will be up in the count 2-0. Ben Rushing 1 for 2 on the day. He homered back in the second inning on the opposite field shot. First homer for the Copperheads on the season so far. As 2-0 pitch taken outside for a ball, 3-0. Copperheads now lead a 4-0 over the Steam as they played 2 in the second and 2 in the fourth inning. To jump out to the lead, 3-0 pitch taking all the way is Ben Rushing. It is catches the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. As Spikes kicks and deals the 3-1, it'll be taken up high for a ball. And there will be a runner in this inning after all for the Copperheads. It's a 2-out walk for Ben Rushing, and now Zach Iverson will get a chance to hit.
From Michigan State University, the first baseman, number 14, Zach Iverson.
So now Zach Iverson, who's 0 for 2 on the day, will dig in with a runner on first, 2 away. Iverson getting the start at first base in today's ball game. We've seen him play all around the field so far for the Copperheads. His first pitch into him is a breaking ball that's taken low below the knees for a ball, 1-0.
Just have to figure out a way to play the hot hands. Iverson's been batting well so far in the early season and just trying to find a position for him to get out there and get a bat in his hand.
1-0 pitch to Iverson. He ropes one towards the right fielder, backing up, and he will make the catch. Few steps out in front of the warning track, Alex Neff will. And the Copperheads go down fairly quietly in the bottom of the fifth inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Heading into the top of the sixth inning, Copperheads looking to pick up the victory in the series opener against the Steam as they lead a 4-0. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and...
Hi, I'm Cameron Siglitz from Western Kentucky University, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Jake Hansen staying on the mound for the Copperheads. Going in for his 6th inning of work now. Off the bump. Has so far held this Steam lineup in check, only allowing 3 hits over the first 5 innings. No runs have crossed the plate. Copperheads leading it 4-0. As Hansen will face Eddie Persinger, Braden Runyon, and Eddie Rivero this inning as the first pitch into Persinger is taken up and outside for a ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch in the Persinger is fouled down towards the Steam dugout. That'll be a 1-1 count. Persinger is 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the second, drew a walk back in the third inning. One of Hansen's 3 walks on the outing as the off-speed pitch is taken low and away. Persinger thought about swinging, kept the hands back. That'll be a 2-1 count.
No, Hansen has walked a few batters in his couple trips to the mound. His first start of the season and now here.
2-1 in the hands. That ball is roped out in the center field. It will fall. Nasanti coming over. He will field it, throw it back in to Glasser covering second. And the leadoff man will be on for the Steam in the top of the 6th inning.
But he was always able to find a way to work out of trouble. You know, whether it's walking a couple runners here and then just getting a strikeout or whatever it is. You know, the walks haven't come around to hurt him thus far.
Well, Hansen pitches out of the stretch all the time, so not uncomfortable when he gets runners on base, since that's where he throws from all the time. As the first pitch in to Runyon will be taken up and inside. He ducks back a little bit, 1-0. Third time the leadoff man has reached base for the Steam in this game. As Runyon is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, 2 short. So far in the ball game, 1-0 pitch taken inside for a ball. Scott Combs throws down to first, checking the runner. He gets back standing. It'll be a 2-0 count in to Runyon.
Just a casual throwback this time from Scott Combs. Doesn't matter what position he's in, either on his knees, squatting down, he's always going to have a strong throw.
Always on the money. 1-1 or 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball. That is swung on and missed for a strike. Excuse me, it's a 1-2 count rather than a 2-1. So Hansen looks in, gets a sign, time called by Runyon. As Runyon from Walter State Community College batted .348 this past season. Had 12 doubles, 11 homers. Striking out 44 times. This is now his third game of action this year for the Steam. As 1-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, taken by Runyon, 2-2. As Runyon so far is 2 for 8 on the season, has 3 RBIs. Leading off first is Persinger. He will steal. 2-2 pitch, grounded foul down the third baseline, down towards the Copperheads dugout. And Persinger will have to trot back to first base now.
Yeah, slow trot back. Didn't realize that the ball was fouled off.
Now Hansen will toe the rubber again. 2-2 count in the Runyon. Persinger started the inning off with a line drive base hit into center field for the 4th hit of the game for the Steam. 2-2 pitch, runner doesn't go, and Runyon gets a piece of it foul to stay alive, 2-2. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Copperheads so far. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Steam in this early season GL-SCL contest. The Steam look to get a game above 500 as they sit at 3-3 currently. Copperheads 2-4 so far on the season. As Hansen kicks and deals a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He gets Runyon swinging for the strikeout, and there is one away now in the top of the 6th.
Well, 5th strikeout now for Jake Hansen. He really has his curveball going today. Doesn't matter what the count is, he feels comfortable throwing it. And he's been doing a nice job just keeping runs off the board.
So now 1 away in the inning. Runner on first, Eddie Rivero, the shortstop, digs in 0 for 1 on the day. He walked in his first plate appearance and then grounded out 2 short last time up. And a 0-0 pitch to him is fired on the outside corner for a strike. Rivera thought it was a little high, but it's a strike, according to Clark Husky, the home plate umpire, 0-1. As Hansen kicks and deals the 0-1, it'll be a breaking ball that bends just on the inside corner for a strike. Nice location, 0-2. Now Persinger leading off first, 1 away in the inning. Here comes the 0-2 count. Persinger takes off, pitch taken. Called strike 3. The throw down to second is not in time, so Persinger will get the stolen base, but Rivero is called out on strikes, and there's 2 outs now in the inning. 6 strikeouts for Jake Hansen on the outing now.
Well, almost had to strike him out, throw him out. You know, good opportunity, and Combs' throw is just a little bit high, but an even better jump from Persinger getting off of first.
Persinger swipes the bag and moves in the scoring position now for Griffin Merritt, the DH, with 2 away. Infield positioned normally as the first pitch is a breaking ball into Merritt, taken low for a ball, 1-0. So Hanson has seen a lot of base runners in this game, in almost every inning, in fact. But it's been able to keep this team off the scoreboard. 1-0 pitch. Is a called strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Well, every inning except for the 4th inning where he had a 1-2-3. He did give up a hit in the first, but then got the double play. But you're right, he's had to deal with a lot of base runners getting on the base paths.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch into Hanson with 2 away, ball in the dirt. Taken by Griffin Merritt. 2-1. As Griffin Merritt out of the University of Cincinnati, heading into his sophomore season. In 33 at-bats, he had 210 for the Bearcats. As 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball that stays up high just a bit. And Merritt's in the driver's seat now, 3-1.
Combs had to do a double take there. He anticipated the strike call being made, and instead he checked back and heard no call, which was a ball.
3-1, lined out into center field. Backing up is Nasanti. He will camp under it and make the catch on the jog. And yet again, the Steam unable to get a runner in. Scoring position in to score. And now Jake Hanson has shut out the Steam through 6 innings here at Bob Wren Stadium. Copperheads still leading at 4-0. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Copperheads leading the Cincinnati Steam 4-0. Cade Spikes stays on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. It'll be Reese Trahey, Lucas Nasanti, and Scott Combs due up for the Copperheads in the bottom half of the 6th. As Jake Hanson has blanked the Steam through the first 6 innings of this one. As the first pitch from Spikes into Trahey is taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch delivered into Trahey, it will be in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch into Trahey. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning will be taken up high for a ball, 2-1. As we still see all the kids sitting around the ballpark.
Yeah, eating the peanuts, pistachios, and whatever else snacks he can get from the snack shack.
Yep, they got all kinds of stuff down there as the 2-1 pitch fouled away by Reese Trahey, 2-2.
They're eating the hot dogs out of there. Disappointed that they can't get their free hot dog because the one batter that they designated as the guy to strike out to get free did not.
2-2 into Trahey. Breaking ball bends over the outside part of the plate. Trahey didn't think so, has a couple words with Clark Husky, but he will be a strikeout victim looking to Cade Spikes. And the leadoff man is retired in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, first strikeout for Cade Spikes in the game. Also his 2nd strikeout on the season.
As now Nasanti digs in, squares the bunt, pulls it back, pitch taken outside for a strike, 0-1.
Spikes came into today with a 21 earned run average. Again, it's a young season, as all stats are inflated, for better or for worse.
As the 0-1 pitch taken for a ball. 1-1. And then the 1-1 pitch, nasty breaking ball that bends out of the zone. Nasanti chases it 1-2. As Spikes working quickly, 1-2. Nasanti able to get a piece of it, foul it down towards Coach Austin Dunphy. As he plays it cleanly and throws it over to the on-deck circle.
But for Spikes, his last action was in the beginning of the season on June 4th.
Has 1-2 taken up high for a ball, even up the count at 2 to Nasanti.
He received the loss to the Hamilton Joes after allowing 3 runs all earned on 3 hits.
Breaking ball to Nasanti, pops up in foul ground, ranging over R3 steam, calling it off. Will be the third baseman, Runyon. He will make the play in foul ground. And the first 2 Copperheads are retired in the 6th inning.
Well, there's 3 steam and the Copperheads photographer out in the dugout. He had to run out of there and get out of the way.
So almost a collision in foul ground. Runyon finally calls it off. And they get the out. Scott Combs comes in. He's got a couple of RBIs on the day as the breaking ball will be taken for a strike, 0-1. It was a sac fly in his first at-bat. Then he hit a fly ball into right field that dropped just in front of the center fielder and right fielder. That scored Reese Trahey. So Scott Combs adding on to his RBI total today. It's up to 3 now as the 0-1 pitch is a ball outside to Combs, 1-1. Cade Spikes kicks and deals 1-1. It's taken at the knees of Scott Combs, and he's down in the count 1-2. Spikes working quickly back on the rubber, kicks and deals a 1-2 to Combs. Combs gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the screen, 1-2. As Scott Combs has been the platoon catcher with Chris Gambert so far this season, catching every other day. As 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball, taken inside and low, even up the count at 2.
We have yet to see Ben Rushing behind the plate, but he did do a little catching for University of Central Florida. So it would be a trio between Combs, Gambert, and Rushing. But Rushing has been primarily at either third base, and I think really only third base.
Yep, Rushing has not been caught on the catch yet this year, although one of those positions, just like pitchers, you can't really have too many catchers on the roster. It's 2-2 pitch with 2 down. Scott Combs will just get a piece of it, foul it down third base line and stay alive, 2-2 with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Now Spikes deals again, the 2-2, gets Combs a swing and miss for the 3rd out of the inning. So Cade Spikes strikes out 2 in the inning, 3 up, 3 down. As we head into the top of the 7th inning, Connor Mills will be taking you home in the broadcast with the play-by-play duties. The Copperheads lead at 4-0 heading into the top of the 7th. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the 7th inning. Things have gone by smoothly for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as they hold a 4-0 lead over the Cincinnati Steam. New man on the mound for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, that's number 24, Nick Kaiser. Kaiser comes in to replace Jake Hansen, and Hansen in line for the win. He went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and got 6 strikeouts. As now Kaiser will make his 3rd appearance of the season. First pitch is a fastball that rides high to Ben McCabe. 1-0. McCabe on the day, he is 1 for 2. Had a single in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 4th. As now this one is it's a hit by pitch. And, well, I don't know if anybody watches the Mets here, but that just looked like a Brandon Nimmo sprint to first base. Brandon Nimmo, known as the happiest guy in Major League Baseball, as he just runs everything out, whether it's a walk, a hit by pitch, but that's kind of what that just resembled right there. And it seemed like it could have been a foul ball.
You always find the way to work the Mets into any conversation or broadcast or really any interaction I have with you. I feel like the Mets come up in some way, shape, or form.
I'm waiting on the Orioles references, though.
There's not much to make right now. Struggling.
Well, it was either a hit by pitch or a foul ball. It sounded like it hit wood. Ben McCabe, though, didn't let anything up for chance, and he just sprinted down to first base.
Well, what confused me is it wasn't a 2-strike situation or anything like that. And, I mean, if he fouled it off, he wouldn't have to run to the bag. So I don't know why he felt the need to sprint, but
there was no point in sprinting other than to show the hustle.
Just to confuse everybody else here as to why he sprinted up the line. But it appears they will stick with the call. He will be on first base, and the leadoff man will be on in the 7th.
And that's what Austin Dunphy really wanted to come out and argue to the home plate umpire, Clark Husky, and saying it sounded like it hit wood, but instead, I guess it hit an elbow guard, a shin pad, whatever it was. As the first pitch is a ball into Brett Benzinger. Benzinger is 1 for 2 on the day as well. Struck out in the 2nd and also had a single as he lines this one through the hole on the left side. That's through for a base hit. And now the runners on first and second base against Nick Kaiser. And for Kaiser, his 1-0 with a 5.6 ERA in 2 games appeared in. This will be his 3rd relief appearance in 5 innings pitched. Has allowed or gotten 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 5 hits, make it 6 with the hit here today. Runners on first and second base in the top of the 7th inning. Copperheads with a 4-0 lead. Ben McCabe, who was hit by a pitch apparently, is on second base, and Brett Benzinger is on first with a single, as now it's the top of the lineup for the Cincinnati Steam, as Scott Combs will look to go out and have a chat with his pitcher, Nick Kaiser. Copperheads did get their first run on a home run. First home run of the season coming off the bat of the 3rd baseman, Ben Rushing. Rushing poked it over the Ohio Health O'Bleness Hospital sign out in right field, going further than 340 mark posted out there. So the count is at no balls, 1 strike with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Runners are on first and second base. Hansen only really had 1 perfect inning, as this is a bunt up the first base line. Kaiser has an underhand toss over to first in time for the first out, but it'll be a sacrifice bunt as both runners move over a base. It's now second and third with 1 out for the second batter in the lineup, Grant Richardson.
Yeah, and Pena wasn't showing any secrets to what his plan was in that at-bat. He was squared. Remember, before Kaiser started to wind up, he's able to get the bunt down, move the runners up, does the trick. So we'll see if Kaiser can work his way out of this trouble.
First pitch into Grant Richardson is swung on and popped towards the left side out of play. Richardson today, well, he grounded into a double play in his first at-bat. Then he popped up to the second baseman and then grounded out to first for a first base unassisted. As the 0-1 is delivered, taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and now Nick Kaiser's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Again, Kaiser coming in relief for Jake Hansen, who went 6 strong, didn't allow a run. Kaiser looking to shut the door on the Cincinnati Steam here in the top of the 7th. The 0-2 swung on, ground ball to first through the glove of the first baseman Iverson. 1 run is in, another is circling around and heading for home. He will score. So Ben McCabe and Brett Benzinger score on the error off of Zach Iverson at first. Iverson trying to backhand a bouncing ball that was just hit too hard, went through the glove, and now the Cincinnati Steam have picked up 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. It's now the Copperheads 4, the Steam 2, and only 1 out.
Yeah, it's actually going to be scored a base hit because of how hard it was hit. Iverson kind of drawn in there with the 2 runners on base, unable to handle it, so it's going to be 2 RBIs for Richardson, and now the deficit is cut in half. So Kaiser's going to have to settle down and battle it out here, keep the Steam from scoring any more this inning.
So a 2 RBI single for Grant Richardson with Alex Neff at the plate. Neff, his favorite target has been first base. He is grounded there all 3 times, but 1 was through for an error as a pitch rides high. 1 ball and 1 strike. So it's going to be interesting to see if a shift would have been put on to Alex Neff. There's a runner on first base in Grant Richardson, as this one is swung on and lifted the opposite way to a left-handed batter, so it's going towards left field, but it's out of play. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield is back, infield is back as well. Holding on the runner is Zach Iverson at first. Kaiser checks on Iverson now, looks to the plate. He deals to Combs, swung on. This one goes to the opposite field, ranging in, but can't making the play as the left fielder Carter Cross. And now it's back-to-back singles against Nick Kaiser here on the top of the 7th inning. 2 runs already in as the Copperheads lead is cut down to 2, 4-2 Cheds, with runners on first and second base.
Yeah, Kaiser's having trouble getting guys out right now. A lot of hard hit balls since he's stepped into the ball game. He's going to have to regroup here. Doesn't want to blow this 4-run lead that he had coming in.
Jake Hansen would be the winning pitcher on record as a first pitch goes into Eddie Persinger for a called strike. Persinger today is 1 for 2 with a walk. Struck out in the second, walked in the third, and had a single in his last at-bat as he swings through this off-speed offering from Kaiser. 0-2. Oh, 2 count to Eddie Persinger. And last year, he was a killer of the Copperheads last year. Had a bunch of clutch hits as a fastball just a bit outside. 1-2.
Just a bit outside is right. As Kaiser, real good 0-2 pitch. Tough pitch to take there for Persinger, but he does. He's taken just outside for a ball.
The 1-2, this one a little bit further outside, 2-2. Persinger in his second year with the Cincinnati Steam. He's in a good position here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout from Nick Kaiser to get Eddie Persinger swinging. And now there are 2 outs with 2 runners on in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that was just a challenge fastball there from Kaiser with 2 strikes. A little bit elevated in the zone. Throwing it right in the Persinger and saying, here, come hit it. He's unable to, and now he's got 2 away.
Well, Braden Runyon now stands in, and Runyon has struck out twice and grounded out to short once. He's 0 for 3. First pitch into Runyon was for a called strike. Grant Richardson on second base. Alex Neff, he's on first. Kaiser on the mound, and he deals to Runyon, who swings and fouls it straight back into the net. 0-2. So after a rough welcoming to Nick Kaiser, he now has 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Brady Runyon. Long stare in from Kaiser. Communicating with Combs. The 0-2 taken just a bit high. 1-2. Breaking ball just couldn't drop down far enough.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it came down into the zone. I guess once it crossed the plate, it was still high. Now Kaiser have to bring him another one here.
The 1-2 swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steam have 2 runners on base. First and second. With 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4, Cincinnati Steam 2. It was a 2 RBI single from Grant Richardson to put the Steam on the board after they were held scoreless through 6 from Jake Hansen. Fastball rides high from Kaiser, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Kaiser from the stretch looks into Combs. Gets set. Now he's ready. The pitch swung on and fouled off right side and over near Homer, the mascot for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Didn't bring his glove to the park today, so he's not going to go after it. The Snake Wrangler. Homer the Bear. 2-2 count to Braden Runyon. Ground ball over towards second base. They'll go the easy way to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So Braden Runyon grounds out to second, Cesaro to Glasser to put the inning to rest, but not before the Cincinnati Steam score 2 here in the top of the 7th inning. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4, Cincinnati Steam 2. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your host.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Voice of Sam Worsing. He's not due to pitch for a couple days now, but is in the starting rotation. Bromwell starter within the next couple, as the first pitch is for a ball. Into Carter Cross. Cross is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking and singled in his last at-bat. As the second pitch is low and away for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. Copperheads 4, Cincinnati Steam 2. As Cross watches a fastball go by, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. The 1-2 curveball misses away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cade Spikes still out on the mound, going for his third inning as Carter Cross bangs one right back up the middle. He's got his second hit of the day and the season as the Southern Ohio Copperheads look to respond to the Cincinnati Steam after they scored 2 in the top half of the 7th. We're in the bottom of the 7th with now the top of the order due up for the Copperheads.
Yeah, Cross didn't have the best debut, went 0 for 4 back on Sunday, but has came in and made an impact in this game. Couple of base knocks and an RBI. And Copperheads looking to get a couple of those runs back they gave up last inning.
So from the stretch, the pitch from Cade Spikes to Thomas Cesaro is high for ball 1. Cesaro, past week, said it a couple times, but we'll say it again, the pitch of the week in the GLSCL. As now he'll try to make his case for batter of the week as this ball just bounces off of the catcher's gear of McCabe and goes all the way back to the backstop. So moving over a base is Carter Cross. There's a runner in scoring position now for Thomas Cesaro.
That ball has kind of got away from Spikes there as he spiked it in the dirt. As you knew, that pun would probably come up at some point with the last name Spikes. It gets away from the catcher. Now Cross in scoring position.
Starting to rub off on you, using puns in a broadcast now.
Yeah, we hang out too much, don't we?
Well, about 3-4 hours in a booth all day. The 2-0. Ground ball over towards third. Takes it on a couple hops as the third baseman Runyon. The low throw, but it's able to get picked by the first baseman Persinger. Staying at second base is Carter Cross. So it'll just be a ground out for Thomas Cesaro.
Now batting for Southern Ohio from Youngstown State University, the shortstop, number 17.
So 5-3 put out for Cesaro brings up Phil Glasser. Glasser is in search for his first hit today. And coming into the day, he was batting .267, 4 for 15. So Glasser will look to pick up a hit. Instead, he'll just get hit by the pitch.
Fans that purchase a launch ball, please start heading over to the hill on the third base line for launch ball, presented by Stephanie Wood.
So Phil Glasser's on first with a hit by pitch. First one by him on the season. First time he gets plunked. And now with one out, Sebastian Fabic strolls up to the plate. Fabic is 1 for 3 on the day, struck out in the first and popped up to first in the 5th. Had a single in the 3rd, but then was stranded at first. So Fabic bats here with 2 runners on. First and second, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Spikes is spiked down low for ball 1. Fabic, the designated hitter today. Any way to get his bat in the lineup. Batted over 500 last week as he takes a rip at the 1-0 offering for strike 1. Fabic was getting on base at 6:07. Has 3 RBIs this season, scored 6 runs. Has a long hold. And now the pitch from Spikes is swung on and fouled straight back to the net. Spikes is ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ben rushing behind the plate. Getting the foul ball. He's on deck. One-two count to Sebastian Fabic, with the Copperheads leading 4-2. The 1-2 offering taken outside. The thrower to first is just safe. That could have gone either way, as the field umpire Andrew Bowden might not have had the best position to see that, but Phil Glasser gets a new life at first base, and it still remains as only 1 out. here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, McCabe tried to catch Glasser napping over there at first base, throwing behind the lead runner. Almost got him, but Bowden calls him safe.
The 2-2 to Fabic is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Fabic goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cade Spikes. And now Ben Rushing, who had a home run, that's his only hit. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Home run in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. He bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, looking to extend the Copperheads' lead, which is only at 2 right now. First pitch from Spikes is taken low in the dirt on the move, or both the runners. The throw is going to be behind and standing, and Phil Glasser is called safe again. So instead of sliding into second base, catcher McCabe has been aiming at Phil Glasser in this half inning, and he's nearly gotten him twice.
Yeah, I don't think Glasser expected a throw to come down as the ball actually bounced off the dirt and hit Ben Rushing in the batter's box. But then McCabe quickly grabbed it, made a strong throw down to second, but Glasser called safe.
Carter Cross on third, Phil Glasser at second. 1-0's a count. Ben Rushing lines one past the diving shortstop, and he will score an RBI single. Rounding third and heading for home is Phil Glasser. He'll get there. Ben Rushing going to second base, and he'll go in head first sliding as the throw is a little offline to the third baseman Runyon. The Copperheads pick up 2 after giving up 2 in the top half of the inning. It's now Southern Ohio 6, Cincinnati 2.
We'll have a day. Ben Rushing stays on that pitch, ropes it at the shortstop, unable to handle it. Gets into left field. Aggressive send by Dunphy. Wasn't sure if he was going to send Glasser on that one. For sure, Cross was going to score from third. But the throw is offline. Glasser scores. It's now 3 RBIs on the day for Ben Rushing, and Copperheads get those 2 runs back that they gave up.
6-2, Copperheads over the Steam as the first pitch to Zach Iverson misses for a ball. So Ben Rushing, 2 hits on the day, 3 RBIs. He has a home run and a 2 RBI single with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch into Zach Iverson misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. So should Iverson extend the inning, Reese Trahey is on deck. As Cade Spikes looks to get out of the inning without allowing any more runs. And this one is swung on and popped up foul. The catcher McCabe can't find it, and he hits him in the chest pad. The sun is shining here at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens, Ohio. And catcher McCabe could not locate that foul ball with a new life as Zach Iverson.
With a new life is right. So Iverson got way under that ball on foul ground. McCabe, the sun is behind the press box here at Bob Wren, so probably glaring right into his eyes on that one. And just unable to find it, actually hits him on the chest protector.
But luckily it didn't hit him anywhere else. As a 2-1 now, swing and a miss from Zach Iverson. Let go of the bat with one hand. 2-2.
About to say, almost looked like a one-handed swing there from Iverson as he kind of lost the grip there. You see him trying to find it again on the bat.
Still locating it. Now will stand in. Ben Rushing, he's on second base with an RBI, 2 RBI single. Extended the Copperheads lead back up to 4. As there's a 2-2 count on Zach Iverson at the plate. Spikes checks back at the runner now, deals swing and a miss, strike 3. But not before Copperheads are able to get 2 more on the board. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 6, the Cincinnati Steam 2. Ben Rushing, 2 RBI single. We'll be right back in the top of the 8th inning on the Copperhead Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Copperhead 6, Cincinnati Steam 2. Big day at the plate for Ben Rushing. He's got 3 RBIs. And has now a new man on the mound here in the top of the 8th inning for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, number 39, Braxton Kelly. Kelly's first appearance for the Copperheads this season, as he misses inside with the ball to Eddie Rivero. Second pitch is swung on and missed from Kelly. He's quickly pitching here, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep, Kelly making his first appearance out of Ohio University.
Swinging a pop foul along the first base line. Ranging over to make the play is Iverson. And quickly, 3 pitches, 1 out for Braxton Kelly.
Yeah, but Kelly just finished up his freshman year in the spring for the Bobcats. Had 20 appearances, 2 games started with a 1-2 record. 8.36 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 8.04 Ks per 9. Gave up 6 homers on the year as well.
As he hits the inside corner on Griffin Merritt. 0-1. Griffin Merritt on the day as he takes a ball from Kelly. Walked back in the second and flew out to center field twice, once in the 4th and once in the 6th, as he swings and fouls this one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Merritt's 0 for 2 today. As 1-2's delivered just a bit high. Ball number 2. And I know we don't have the radar gun at our booth. It might be next door. But it looks like Kelly's got a live arm here.
Faster than the other arms they've run out there so far this season.
Off-speed pitch misses inside. Count runs full to Griffin Merritt. The 3-2 swung on, fouled straight back. And, oh, it came back. It bounced off the facing of the press box and then bounced over near the fans along the right field line as the 3-2 is, well, it hit him. Hit him up in the shoulder area as there he goes. Griffin Merritt now will follow suit like Ben McCabe did and just take off sprinting down the first base line on a hit by pitch. This one a little bit clearer than the last one.
I feel like that was a bit of a mock of his teammate as he looked down into the dugout before taking off. But yeah, Kelly, that full count pitch gets away from him a little bit. Now he's got to regroup and get the next man.
Well, he got the next man, and now the next man goes back sprinting. Whatever you want to say, it's been entertaining to watch them just sprint the base paths on a hit by pitch. But now Ben McCabe, for the 2nd straight time, gets hit by a pitch, which brings up Brett Besinger. So runners are at first and second base after sprinting by getting hit by a pitch And now Braxton Kelly settles down and throws a strike. This one is swinging and fouled over towards the right side, out of play. Besinger on the day, he's 2 for 3. Singles in the 5th and 7th. Struck out against Jake Hansen in the 2nd. As the 0-1 is delivered, just a bit high for ball 1. Recap the inning. Eddie Rivero, he flew out to first base in foul territory. Griffin Merritt hit by a pitch. And then Ben McCabe followed suit with his hit by a pitch as Kelly located them kind of low around the area. I think it hit McCabe a little bit lower than it did Merritt. But now the count's at 1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul ball from Brett Besinger. Copperhead 6, Steam 2, as a 1-2 is delivered. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So a good strikeout from Braxton Kelly after a little bit of a wild hiatus for two batters. And now the top of the lineup comes around to the plate, Jeffrey Pena.
Yeah, well, good things happen when you get ahead in the count. You get up 1-2, and you can throw a little off-speed pitch in the dirt, get a guy to chase. That's exactly what Kelly did there. Gets his first strikeout with the Cheds this season.
First pitch is a strike into Jeffrey Pena. Pena, this is his 5th trip to the plate. Had a single in the 1st, grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd. Grounded into a fielder's choice and stole a bag as he's brushed off the plate by Kelly. 1-2. Was stranded at 3rd base back in the 5th, and then had a sacrifice bunt in the 7th. So we're here in the top of the 8th inning. A ground ball over towards short, takes his time, throws it to 2nd base. Glasser to Zazero for the 3rd and final out here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, a little excitement, 2 hit by pitches for Braxton Kelly, but nothing more for the Cincinnati Steam in the top of the 8th. They've only got the top of the 9th left, should they want to get back into this one. It's the Copperhead 6 as Cincinnati Steam 2. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Copperheads have a 4-run lead. It's Ched 6, Steam 2. And with that comes a new man on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam, number 23, Andrew Noelker. Noelker comes in to replace Cade Spikes. Noelker from the University of Cincinnati, where he was a sophomore, 6'4", out of Hamilton, Ohio. Noelker, this will be his 2nd appearance on the season. second relief appearance as well, as he has a win on his record. 1 win, no losses, as Reese Trahey is at the plate. Trahey today walked, stole a base, then also reached base with a hit by pitch, as he scored 2 runs. 1-0 is offered and popped up into the infield. Shortstop Rivera ranging under it makes a one-hand catch around the infield grass, as that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
From Youngstown State University, the center fielder, number 1.
Lucas Nasanti now will stand in from the right side. Nasanti had a single in the 4th. He walked in the 2nd, so he's 1 for 2 today. As the first pitch into Nasanti misses, low and away for ball 1. Cade Spikes went 3 innings. As fastball misses, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. About 2 hits. As the 2-0 is being delivered. Fastball misses low. So 3 straight balls from Andrew Noelker to Lucas Nasanti. .30 delivery. Taken all the way for a called strike. 3-1. Working quick is Noelker. The 3-1 is whacked on and driven out into left field, making his way in, and the one-hand catch is Richardson out and left. So anything hit Richardson's way, he's going to make sure that he goes around and catches it, even if he has to dive for it like he did against Phil Glasser in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Scott Combs stands in on the right side of the plate. Combs today had a hit back in the 4th. So he takes a rip at this one. 0-1. And he'll ask for some more pine tar, it appears. Nobody seems to have pine tar. He's looking into the dugout. We'll delay the game a little bit. Rub down the bat. That'll make his way back to the plate.
Want to make sure you have a good grip on the bat.
I'm sure everyone will appreciate that.
Right.
The fans.
Don't want a bat flying over the dugout into the stands.
The 0-1 is taken low and away. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. One the count. Walker's pitch. Curve ball that misses just a bit inside and maybe a little bit high. And it would be tough to see if the bat would go flying over the dugout, as there is netting on both sides as the fastball misses low and away. But it would also be a danger to those in the dugout as well, because there is no netting or rail or fence area there. And as the 3-1 is swung on and missed, full count, 2 outs to Scott Combs. The payoff pitch, taken low, ball 4. So Scott Combs is on the base paths yet again today. As that's the first walk from Andrew Noelker. Carter Cross, who has 2 hits today, he's 2 for 3. An RBI single in the 4th and just a regular single in the 7th, as he's first pitch swing and fouls it straight back. 0-1. Cross just arrived yesterday, or the previous game, for the Southern Ohio Copperheads from the University of Nebraska, as the fastball rides high and over the glove of McCabe. And Scott Combs will just take a trot over to second base. So now there's a runner in scoring position now for Carter Cross. Looking to pick up his 2nd RBI of the year. As now people are coming around selling peanuts, crackers, and sunflower seeds. 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Copperheads 6, Cincinnati Steam 2. Fastball misses low and away to Carter Cross. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, sunflower seeds. No pistachios, though.
No
Like
pistachios.
we mentioned earlier on. It's a
Well,
shame.
We got to see who we can talk about that. Swing and a miss for Carter Cross. 2 balls and 2 strikes. People have to get a wide range of variety.
Mm-hmm.
Not just peanuts, but almonds, cashews. Fastball on the inside corner gets Carter Cross looking. He's the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Copperheads did get a man in scoring position. Can't bring him around. Copperheads look to hold on to their 4-run lead as we head into the top of the 9th inning. Copperheads looking to pick up their 2nd win at home this season. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. And before we throw it into break, we do have the Orange Crush starting out in left field. Orange Crush will race a fan like the Atlanta Braves beat the Freeze. Southern Ohio style.
1-2 on the year. Looking for his 2nd win. Get back to 500.
And now the Crush has been unleashed. Orange Crush looks like he's going to catch him past center field, making the loop, and he's sprinting the way home. Orange Crush with no mercy, beating the fan. So Connor is his name, the fan. Tried to race the Orange Crush, but the Crush goes to 500. And we'll be right back after this on the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 9th inning, Copperheads looking to put this game to rest as they will send out Braxton Kelly out on the mound again as he will go into his 2nd inning of work. Grant Richardson, Alex Neff, and Eddie Persinger all due up in the inning. First pitch from Kelly to Richardson is a foul ball along the left field line, and it goes foul, smacks off of the cement.
From Indiana University, the left fielder, number 13, Grant Richardson.
So Grant Richardson, who picked up a single in the 7th and 2 RBIs with it, is down 0-1 as a half-hearted swing. This one trickles along the 3rd base line, but just goes foul. As now Braxton Kelly is ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. It's the Copperheads 6, the Cincinnati Steam 2. Copperheads again looking to pick up their 2nd home win of the season as the 0-2 is off speed. Got him looking. Strike 3 called.
And now batting for Cincinnati.
First out here in the top of the 9th inning. Copperheads just need 2 more to pick up their 3rd win of the season.
Richardson thought that pitch a little high as Scott Combs came out of the crouch a little bit, but able to record the strikeout is Kelly for the first out.
And for Kelly, that's his 2nd strikeout on the day as he misses with the ball to Alex Neff. Neff went around swinging. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Kelly's pitch swung on and missed. So he's quickly ahead on Alex Neff. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Took something off that last pitch after the fastball pitch before.
Fastball rides high, 2-2. For Neff, grounded out to grounded out to first a couple times, reached by error, and swings through this one for strike 2 and strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Braxton Kelly. First one swinging. And now with 1 out remaining, Eddie Persinger is at the plate. Persinger today has struck out twice. He's walked once and had a base hit. There's a first pitch into Persinger's a swing and a miss. Braxton Kelly looking to close it out. Eddie Persinger, only 2 strikes remaining. The 0-1, taken all the way for a called strike, and now the Copperheads are 1 strike away from winning the ball game. No balls, 2 strikes and 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. The pitch from Kelly, taken high, ball 1. Kelly looking for his 4th strikeout in only 2 innings pitched. As now the 1-2, taken high and inside, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Copperheads getting a trio of 2s as the pitch is swung on and fouled off towards the left side. 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 7th to get their 6 runs. Copperheads 6 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for the Cincinnati Steam, as now the 2-2 count is taken low for ball 3. So after Braxton Kelly is able to get ahead on Eddie Persinger, 0-2, Persinger works a full count as a payoff pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Put it in the books. The ball game is over as the Southern Ohio Copperheads win the ball game by a score of 6-2. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Copperheads, 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 for the Cincinnati Steam. Copperheads pick up the opening game from the Cincinnati Steam. It's a 3-game series. Game 1 goes to the Copperheads. Game 2 will be tomorrow. Picking up the win is Jake Hansen, who went 6 innings strong, allowed 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. For the Steam, picking up the loss would be Kyle Lacamietto, the starting pitcher for the Steam today. Copperheads will be back in action tomorrow, 7:05 start. A little early start today, but it's a early morning win for the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
Yes, it is. Just timely hitting. It really did it for the Cheds. They, they kind of struggled to score runs in some of these ball games, but today, every time they had runners on, they were able to get the big hit when they needed and scratch across runs. And a real gutty performance from the pitching staff. Every inning, it seemed like they had to pitch their way out of jams, but they were able to hold the Steam down. Hansen started off with a strong 6 innings. Kaiser got a little dicey there in that 7th inning, but they were able to get those 2 runs back, and then Kelly was real impressive in those final 2 innings, shutting the door.
Yeah, the season debut for Braxton Kelly picks up 4 strikeouts in just 2 innings pitched, as it's the Copperheads 6, the Cincinnati Steam 2. Winning pitcher Jake Hansen, losing pitcher Kyle Lacamietto. Copperheads go to 3-4 in the season. Steam dropped to 3-4 as well. Stay tuned for the post-game show. Right after this, it'll be on the same stream it'll be the Don Iman play of the game, Ben Rushing. We'll get him as well as the coach, Austin Dunphy. So stay with us. But for the baseball part of it, for Joey Medora, I'm Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you in the post-game.
So we're in with Coach Austin Dunphy, fresh off the 6-2 win over the Steam. Now, Coach, talk about the gutsy performance by the pitching staff today. Hansen, 6 strong innings. Kaiser came in and got a little dicey, but it seemed like so many times today you guys had base runners on, but were able to work your way out of it.
Yeah, so Hansen, competed his tail off out there tonight, or today, I guess. We have a day game. Man, he didn't have his best stuff, especially early on. He's trying to find that breaking ball. It wasn't quite working for him. He's guiding that thing a little bit, so it wasn't very sharp. Couldn't find it into the strike zone. He's skipping a few fastballs early, and then about the 3rd, 4th inning, man, it seemed like he found everything. That breaking ball got sharp. He's throwing it in there. Guys are swinging through it. So he went deep into the game for us, which didn't seem like was going to be the case early on. He figured that out about halfway through the game, and then, man, he was lights out after that. So well done to him. Gave us a chance. Like you'll hear me say a million times, I need my starter to give us a chance, and that's exactly what he did. Nick came in a pretty big spot, one of the biggest spots he's been in for a long time. He threw a few innings the other day, a couple good ones, and then a little iffy in that 3rd one the last time he was in. But, man, he did exactly what I needed him to do, bridge that gap before we could get to Kelly. And Kelly's first appearance with us, his arm got away from him a little bit, hit a couple guys, but he came out after the next inning and said, "Coach, I fixed it. I know exactly what's wrong. I fixed it." And then he was money after that. That breaking ball and changeup were great. He was, I think, 91, 92 miles an hour off the mound. So it was looking really good out of his hand. I'm glad to have him on the bump for us finally.
Yeah, he absolutely shut the door out of the pen. Now talk about Ben rushing today. Hit that home run to opposite field. What is it like as a coach when you see a guy be able to drive the ball that far the other way?
Man, it's relieving almost. His hands work well enough. They're fast enough to catch that fastball, let it get a little bit deep, and his hands still work, so he can hit that thing the other way with some power. And that was a pretty good pitch he hit. He just put a better swing on it. So then he drove in a couple runs for us later on in the game. He was a crucial key to our success today. Very fortunate we had him in the lineup. I was debating on putting him or Cruz there at 3rd base, and it seemed like today was his day. Just looking at him in the dugout before the game today, he looked like he was ready. So went with Ben. Man, glad we did. He had a heck of a ball game today.
So talk about your base running philosophy kind of as a coach. You guys have been real aggressive early on in the year, stealing bags on that base hit from rushing. You send Glasser from second, which seemed like it could have been a close play at the plate, but it ended up working out for you. So talk about kind of your coaching philosophy when it comes to being aggressive on the base path.
Well, man, in that situation, 2 outs, that guy has to make a perfect throw. So he's got to field the ball clean, make a clean throw. They have to catch it clean,
right.
put down. They have to do a lot of things correctly. All we have to do is run home. So that's one of those situations. And I saw him coming up slow on the ball in left field. He wasn't even looking home, I didn't think. I don't even think he realized they had a play there. Right. So it's one of those things. I was going to send him anyway, and then I saw him coming up a little bit slow on that ball. And then he held up a little bit, which I think may have confused him a little bit too. So then he went home after that little hesitation. The ball was coming into 3rd base almost. So it's one of those situations where 2 outs, you got a guy playing a little bit deep. Man, just go. They got to do a lot of things right, and it worked out for us. So
right.
That'll probably happen a lot. I'll send those guys more times than not.
So you got a small sample size, 7 games so far. How do you feel like it's all coming together early on in the season? Obviously, it's tough. All these guys coming from all these different places to kind of gel together so quickly. It's like a couple weeks turnaround from the spring season. So how do you feel like it's coming together right now?
Oh, man, it's great. As I've probably said before, we're very fortunate here in Athens. We get to stay together as a team for the summer. For the people who don't know, most summer league teams, they have host families. So one player will stay with a family in their house.
Right.
Another player will stay with another family, and that's the way it goes for a lot of teams. So those guys, the only time they see each other is when they come to the ballpark. We're with each other all day, every day. So those guys create a relationship with each other that is pretty unique to us. So I played here. I have very, very good friends that I played with back then that are still my good friends today, and that was 8 years ago.
Right.
We're still in communication with each other, and it's the same with these guys. Year after year, they build very good friendships relationships with each other, and that helps on the field as well. The fact that we're together all the time, especially early, they can gel a lot quicker than most teams can. So that's very huge for us. We're very fortunate that we have that option to stay together all under one roof. So trying some different things as far as the lineup goes early on. That's kind of my philosophy with summer baseball. The main reason these kids play is to get better as players. So when they go back to school ball, they're better and they can contribute to their school. So we try and give those kids a little bit different looks so they can work on some different things. And then the winning will take care of itself. First off, it's about the kids. So later on in the season, we'll really start to try and make a push for the playoffs. But right now I want these kids to work on their skills. And it's winning is a plus.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Austin Dunphy, fresh off a 6-2 victory over the Cincinnati Steam here. When we come back, Connor Mills will have an interview with Dan Iman, player of the game, Ben Rushing.
Welcome back into the Southern Ohio Copperheads postgame show. I'm Connor Mills alongside the Dan Iman player of the game, Ben Rushing. Ben, just talk about you hit the first home run of the season for the Copperheads. What was going through your mind at that at-bat? What were you looking to do with the pitch?
Well, I was got ahead early. He threw me 2 balls early in the count, so I looked for a fastball that I could do some damage to and put it over, so feels good.
Now, you've been in and out of this lineup almost every single day here. How do you prepare for, day one, you're seeing the Licking County Settlers. Day 2, you're seeing the Richmond Jazz. Now you're facing off against a new team here, different pitchers, different places where they're at. So what's your preparation like going into these games during the season?
I mean, we just go out there taking BP. Like, I try to make solid contact, put the ball the other way, just working on my swing. And then when I go in the game, I try not to think too much, just let my mechanics do what they do, and the swing just works out. It's just sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
So 2 for 3 today, 3 RBIs, big help to the team. Coming off of that loss on Sunday, getting the win here in the series opener, how does this kind of propel the team from, all right, we're winning 1 game here, to now trying to string together a couple wins?
Right, I mean, they're a good team. I know a couple kids from them, so I know they've got some talent over there. From Sunday's loss, we know we should have won that game, so coming back, bouncing back, we know we got to take this on a roll. We got to keep it going, get some wins in.
Yep. Well, looking forward to it. Ben, thank you for joining us here. Always appreciate it. Hope to see you up here more times. The Southern Ohio Copperheads win by a score of 6-2 over the Cincinnati Steam. Game time tomorrow, 7:05. We'll be right back here on YouTube and Facebook on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. For Ben Rushing, Austin Dunphy, and Joey Medore, I'm Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.